much like the Cardinals did, with Josh Rosen, and then the Jets would trade Sam for the best offer they can get. I think there'll be a few teams that are interested. They try to get the best they can for him and then draft Trevor Lawrence.
Is there any scenario that you see, much like several years ago when they had like Hackenberg and Teddy Bridgewater and all these quarterbacks, is there any scenario that you see both of them on the roster after, better yet, after the draft?
No, that's a great point you make, because I think one year the Jets had like 4 or 5 quarterbacks on the roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe even 6 when Tebow was hanging for a last second, but one year. But no, that year they had all those Hackenberg and Bryce Petties of the world. Those were just guys. Trevor would be the guy, and they wouldn't be able to. I mean, once the draft passes, then Sam's trade value declines, and salary cap wise, Sam's going to be about $10 million on the cap, and that'd be cap space that could be spent elsewhere. So no, I don't think there's much of a chance that those two would be around together.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, not much of a chance, as Rich said, that Adam Gase will remain head coach here after 3 weeks. And you just wonder why he was hired in the first place after a 23-25 record in Miami, with the Jets getting an up-close and personal look twice a year. Rich, thank you very much.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Rich.
Just to reiterate that, he started with a 10-win season, did Adam Gase, then went 6 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins, 23-25, and then hung on with the job in the division. Just let that settle in for 1 second. All right, Key, you've said this before. Sam Darnold, yes, he's struggling, and he doesn't have any weapons. But if Trevor Lawrence comes in there and he's devoid of weapons, how much different might it be?
Well, I think they got the money. They've got some draft picks. So you start to build a team around Trevor Lawrence, and you don't have to worry about spending big money on Sam Darnold in 2 years and building a team around him, and then it doesn't work, and Trevor Lawrence is off somewhere else, playing out of his mind. But what I want to go back to is I keep hearing this Peyton Manning left the Jets and Bill Parcells high and dry. I don't know why people keep selling that story. We were a 9-7 football team. We were not an 0-16, 1-15 football team. I believe, from what I hear, so many different stories, I believe that Bill would not guarantee Peyton to be the number 1 overall pick. So therefore, Peyton and his family decided to go back to school for those reasons. Remember, we were 1 game away. If we win in Detroit, we go to the playoffs.
All I was going to say, Key, is I'm really glad that I finally got you on board with Trevor Lawrence being the first pick. I know you wanted to hold on to Sam Darnold for the longest time. I know you did.
I'm still holding on to him. I have not.
What do you mean you're still holding on to him?
I haven't decided to move in that direction. The rest of the universe has. And they're saying
so why are you buying into the rest of the universe? You're Keyshawn Johnson. You speak for your damn self.
I'm not buying into it. If they do it, these are the things that could happen. If they don't do it, then Sam's going to be the quarterback. I'm not buying into it. I can build around him and feel fine. Everybody else is the ones that keep saying Trevor Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence, Trevor. I'm like, I got a quarterback. All I need is some players around him.
So you be willing to pay Sam Darnold after another year that boatload type of money?
Well,
to
it's
kind
2
of shrink
years.
Up your cap space and not go out 2 years.
It's 2 years, and you got to figure out if he's the guy for you to move forward on. Is he the guy based on what you've seen in the players around him, or do you want to start fresh? This is not an overnight snap your finger decision. These decisions have to be thought of and thought through thoroughly, not only with you, but also with the new head coach that you hired, Jay. You can't just decide, I'm going to do it and I'm not going to talk to the new head coach. We got to sit down collectively as a group and make a decision. When I'm in that room, I'm fighting for my guy, and my guy would be Sam Darnold.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I get the record set straight, Key and Zubin. So, Key, you're saying if the Jets do finish 0-16 this year, and you were Joe Douglas, you would say, I'm not taking Trevor Lawrence. I'm sticking with Sam Darnold.
That's not what I said. I did not say that. What I said is I'm sitting down with everybody in the room. I'm going to talk about my guy and see where we go with everybody in the room, collectively as a group with the head coach. The new head coach may come in and say, I don't want Trevor Lawrence or Sam Darnold. I want Matt Ryan. So those are conversations that need to take place. It's not a snap decision.
Understood. All I'm saying is you played in this New York City market. If Clemson finds a way to win a national championship or Trevor Lawrence plays extremely well against Alabama in the CFP finals, and the amount of pressure when so many people are talking about this kid being a transcendent type of talent, regardless of whether you believe it or not, I think that pressure on the Jets organization is insurmountable, Key. It's insurmountable. And I know that Sam Darnold might be the guy or a new head coach might come in, but if Trevor Lawrence goes somewhere else and explodes and has a year like Joe Burrow has had before he got injured with Cincinnati, then that's a horrible kind of stain on the resume for any new head coach or GM, even Joe Douglas moving past it. I just feel like it's a lock that Trevor Lawrence will be a Jet when it's all said and done. I really do.
Last thing I would mention, Peyton Manning, Key, comes full circle. You mentioned his role with the Jets in '97 and Parcells and what it may have meant. Peyton Manning was a huge reason that Adam Gase got the Jets job. The great reference, it's the best reference you can have on your resume at Gase's introductory presser, saying of Manning and his relationship, quote, when we met each other, it was really who's going to be the first one to break, who will outwork who. He appreciates hard work and what's going to go nose to nose with him and mentally try to challenge each other. That was something I really enjoyed. Peyton can do no wrong. Unless it was this recommendation of Adam Gase.
How did that work out, huh?
Yeah, everyone gets a mulligan, right?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.